It's the Griot Nation News, where we give you the best of activism and journalism.
So in the information age, in the age of awareness, I think what's missing, because after the Civil War, we were deeply involved in politics because we didn't want to go back to being, we understood that change and the availability for change in terms of systematically was available to us now because we were no longer legally enslaved, if you will. And a lot of us did migrate to the North because we found out after fighting with the Confederate, y'all wasn't serious about letting us be free. So we had to migrate and we came up north. So you had progressive institutions like Malcolm X and Marcus Garvey, colleges, Harriet Tubman, all these progressive concepts and as it pertains to our liberation were represented in the North. Right, which is where we at now. Okay, so however, we had probably approximately about 900 politicians. Here we are, I don't know, almost 400 years later. Civil War, I'm a little off right now, maybe 230 years later.
Right.
You got over 9,000 politicians. And we still have a little bit more than 1% of the wealth in the country. And the social conditions as it pertains to black people, the Dred Scott decision, we have more people incarcerated now than we had so-called enslaved at that time. So my question, how do you get people to buy into a political process where when you had 900 to 9,000, the conditions are worse? How does becoming mayor, in your eyes, what would you do? I can ask you 10 questions around this one concept. How do you see the political process actually helping us now? Twofold. One, as it stands, and what you would do once you're in.
Well, the political process as it stands is extremely corrupt.
Okay.
And we have to realize that we are a commodity. And as long as we remain ignorant and inactive and non-participatory in this system, we are going to continue to be the commodity. And I don't think people really understand the gravity of what it is to be a commodity. I mean, in the stock market, whether the stock is up or down, people are still making money. It's just about predicting
capitalism.
So this capitalistic society and people, I don't even think people understand what that means. The system was based on poverty. I mean 1% of the people have the wealth because the 98 or the 99 other percent, they don't even know what's going on.
Right. System of free labor.
And until we can truly educate ourselves and get on some fundamental beliefs, and I want to say unify behind those fundamental beliefs, I believe this system is always going to have us as a commodity. Now, there is no other system at this point. There's one system.
Right.
And I mean, we see if you want to make change, we're going to have to take the system over. I mean, we have to use it for our benefit. It's there.
Right.
And if we understand how to use it and if we work the system, I believe that we can actually bring about change. I mean, there are some cities, counties, there are places where people do well. And the places that people do well, everybody participates.
Right.
And I think that kind of holds true in our political system. I think that maybe you do have some people who really set out to do good and represent the community. But when they get there, the community isn't there with them.
Right.
So they're trying to serve themselves now because there is no other alternative. So then they have to kind of bend a little this way, bend a little that way. When if they had the people behind them, maybe they wouldn't bend because they're trying to think about their political career. I mean, if I ran as mayor, I don't need a career. Give me 4 years.
Right.
And I'm going to do everything that would empower us so
Right.
that even if I didn't ever run for mayor, that we are empowered and we are in a position to take over the system. I mean, you can't send one person. People have to understand the political system is a machine.
Right.
And it grows every day. That's why now we have 9,000 or 9,000 representatives, where before we only had maybe 900. The bigger the system is, the harder it is to rein it in.
Right. Good point.
And that's why, we have all these problems, and instead of solving them, we just add to the system.
Just grow the system.